When we're making an Italian dinner, it's not complete unless we have a homemade garlic bread. Let's get started. Hey everybody, I'm Kelly with the Suburban Soapbox, and today we are making a super garlicky garlic bread. It's so simple to make, you're never gonna buy it frozen again. And all you need are a handful of ingredients. So you can use a loaf of bread. I have an Italian loaf here, but you can use like an American baguette or a French baguette if you don't want big, giant pieces. We love our carbs here, so we're going with this big loaf. You also need garlic cloves. You can use regular garlic if you like, but for extra flavor, try to use the roasted garlic. I have a video for roasted garlic on YouTube. You can check that out, or you can buy it at the grocery store. Sometimes they have it in your salad bar. We also need freshly grated Parmesan cheese, some Italian seasoning, fresh chopped parsley, and of course, butter. So to start our garlic bread, we're going to use a mini food processor, and basically we're just putting everything into the food processor. So I like to start with the butter, and we're just gonna cut that up and put it in to the bowl. So I like to do this with room temperature butter because it's going to move faster, it'll get fluffier and creamier than using cold, but either one will work. The blade from your food processor will definitely warm up the butter. So a cold stick of butter will work as well. Next, we're gonna add the garlic cloves. And it looks like a lot of garlic, but if you were making some other bread, then maybe use less, but it's garlic bread, so we need a lot of garlic here. And some Parmesan cheese, and then our herbs, and the parsley. And I also used salted butter here. So if you're using unsalted butter, you're definitely going to wanna add some salt to this. We're just gonna put the lid on here, maybe. And there we go. And then we're just going to blend it together. So once you see that it's kind of creamy, we're going to take the lid off, and you wanna scrape down the sides of the bowl so you make sure you have everything in there really well blended. And then blend it again. You can leave some chunkiness in there if you like, or you can make it fluffy and light and amazing. All right, we're gonna scrape down one more time, and then we'll be ready to go. So now I'm just gonna transfer it to this bowl, just so you can see the consistency of it. It's like really fluffy and creamy. You have some pieces of the garlic in there also. I mean, you can go all the way smooth and creamy and get all of that, the big chunks of garlic out of there if you want, but it only adds to the flavor when you bake it up. So we're gonna set that aside, and now we're going to cut our loaf into two. So you wanna make sure you cut it lengthwise. I'm gonna wash my hands first. Okay, so now you wanna cut your loaf lengthwise. We don't wanna cut it in half because you wanna get as much surface area of your loaf covered in that butter. So we're gonna cut it pretty much in half the best we can. You just eyeball it a little bit. Try not to cut your hand or your torso. And then you're going to lay it on the pan, cut side up. Next, we're gonna take that butter and we're just gonna slather it all over the top surface of that bread. Smells amazing. And you wanna make sure you get to the edge to edge. Nobody just wants a plain piece of toasted bread. All right, now we're gonna do the other half. And sometimes, depending on how big your loaf is, you're gonna have leftover butter, and this is amazing on pasta. You can use it on the outside of your grilled cheese. Oh my gosh. Put it on a baked potato. It's so versatile and so good, adds so much flavor. You can use it to cook chicken, put it under the skin of a roasted chicken. So amazing. We are using all of it today. You can make your garlic bread cheesy with some mozzarella, shredded Italian cheese blend. So good. And this is where convenience is helpful. So if you have a bag of shredded mozzarella, just use it. for this. It's so incredibly good. All right, how easy is that? We're just gonna pop this in the oven, 425 degrees for 10 minutes until it's golden brown and bubbling and crusty. Our garlic bread smells so amazing and it's ready to eat. So I'm just going to take this first half and cut it into pieces so that we can serve it. You can see it's still soft in the middle, which is perfect. Otherwise it's gonna rip up the roof of your mouth, and crusty on the outside. It's hot, very hot. And it's best to use like a serrated or a bread knife to cut this so you don't tear it. There we go. I'm just gonna arrange it on the board for serving. And then we'll cut our cheesy slice next. How about that? So good. I'm not gonna take a bite of that. I'm gonna take a bite of the one that's cooling because this is just going to it's like napalm. Take a little piece of that. It is so ridiculously good. Like, so good. You're gonna love it. And how easy was that to make? If you like this recipe, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. For more easy recipes, visit thesuburbansoapbox.com. Thanks again. Oh my God, it's so good.